This phone's so fun.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My podcast partner is in the upstate. His name is Carolina Jackpot Kale Hall. He is going to join us, I assure you. He's just like he was there a minute ago, and then now he's gone. I don't know what the deal is with him. I know that he is up and about, and there he is. Welcome to the program, the best damn Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. The man that scratches off lottery tickets and pisses off Clemson fans. He is Carolina Jackpot. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
How you
How's
doing,
everybody
man?
doing tonight?
Holding my own. Hey, so we're going to talk a little bit about tonight about I set it up as FSU a fraud because there are some people buying this FSU hype, and I don't know why. I sent you something today from 247 Sports where everybody and their brother is on this kick of let's just hope FSU is great. What has FSU done to make you think that they're just this great freaking football team? And I don't get it. I mean, their ACC.
I mean, I don't know. Looking at last year, they have. I think the thing is, they've got just so much returning production, I guess. And then they landed some people out of the transfer portal, that's my issue with my whole thing with why I was saying that, hell, I almost hope Clemson beats them this year because I think their coach, Mike Norvell, I think there's a little tampering involved there. I don't know how he keeps pulling all these players from these different schools. It just, a lot of it seems, shut up! A little bit fishy to me, a little strange. I mean, hell, what was it 3 years ago, maybe? I mean, let's just go on ahead and say, I mean, weren't like all the players of color on the team about to revolt against him for some craziness? I don't know exactly.
It was something on Dr. King's birthday that they put out that wasn't exactly racially sensitive. I think that's the best way to put it. So it was kind of a mess. Anyway, look, we'll get into that. And it's the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm like, my God, how does this happen? I mean, but there is one thing I want to put out there with that. Jackpot mentions all these transfer players that are coming in and coming out. When you really step back and look at it, going into last season, remember Miami? Everybody was talking about Miami's got all these guys that are coming in. How'd that work out for Miami?
Yeah. Oh, well, hell, that's almost every year. I think they're like a perpetual disappointment.
What, Miami or just teams from the
Miami? That's what we're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought you may have been talking about teams that get a bunch of folks in the transfer.
No, Miami is always disappointing. Except for like the year when they went 10-3 or something, went to the ACC championship game and got their doors blown off, unfortunately. But yeah, they're usually pretty disappointing. Yeah.
Before we get too hard into it, remember Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Go by and check them out. The best place. You folks that are coming to Columbia this year, you know your ass has to eat. Might as well eat at Callaway's when you come to town. Who else coming to town this year, Jackpot? I can't even remember. I think it's Kentucky.
Vanderbilt, Jacksonville State, the Florida Gators. We're not feeding them anything, but hell, they can get some ramen noodles to snack on. Mississippi State.
Yeah,
Our friends from Start Vegas are coming over too. Oh, Furman is going to make the short trip down too, but the eats we have in Columbia probably aren't high class enough for them.
Yeah.
Over in the comment section, Jerry Wells said, "Did you men watch the All-Star game?" Yeah, I watched like an inning of it. When did they start with the god-awful uniforms and stop wearing their own respective uniforms?
Well, I mean, it's a merchandise thing. That's what it basically boils down to, because they're out there that are like, man, I've got to have the National League jersey this year. Like, really? Come on, man.
I miss the old days.
I don't know if Caleb is trolling or not, but he says, Jackpot, any chance Ryan Helinski will make a comeback to Columbia since Pat Fitzgerald got fired? Isn't he out of eligibility?
Yeah, no, dude. He's probably out of eligibility after last year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ryan Helinski was. We're gonna talk about this song because we're just gonna talk about it. I wonder if he was one of the car washers. What you think he was swinging his ding-a-ling around, Rob?
Absolutely not.
I don't know.
He might have been.
He might have been. I was saying in my video that I did about this. You know, that is just. I mean, there's hazing, and then there's just this. That shit is just fucking weird. I mean, it's all just weird. Some of the it's next level gay, really strange stuff. I mean, who does that? I mean, if you brush your damn cock up against me, we're gonna be fighting. Okay, you ain't doing that. I'm sorry. I don't care if I'm a freshman or what. That's just freaking disgusting, man. But yeah.
Let's read Brock's comment here. He says, I think any player from Northwestern should be able to enter the transfer portal and play for another team this season without losing eligibility.
They probably will.
I don't know if they have enough time for this season. I mean, hell, I don't think it'll be that quick, but I mean, I think he's got a valid point there, though. I was
saying, if I had played for Northwestern, I wouldn't be, with my button on a fur coat, my side would be the touchless car wash.
Caleb says he's still there. I got to look that up. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'm surprised Clemson didn't have something like that going on in the locker room when Christian Wilkins' perverted self was up there.
You always got to bring up shit about Clemson.
Well, it would if Clemson was doing that, it never would have even come to light.
Look, when you say shit like that, I'm going to bring up the fact that Joe Morrison was fucking whores and doing steroids.
Well, that was 40 years ago. So
okay, we can go down that road. We can talk about how you have women's basketball coaches that were legitimately
about as dumb as me saying Clemson's got buildings named after people that own slaves.
Why do you bring up shit like that? I don't hammer you with that shit. You just bring up the dumbest shit that's like,
this is relevant.
Especially when your team can't hold a fucking candle to Clemson on the football front.
Well, I would disagree with that, seeing as we beat you the last time we played you.
So under that logic, Vanderbilt beat Georgia one time, so Vanderbilt's better than Georgia.
But Vanderbilt didn't beat Georgia last time, okay? Vanderbilt beat Georgia like 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But please keep on trying to spin.
I guess
when you're clearly losing the argument,
it's just so much better than South Carolina will ever be.
Flailing around like a fish that's caught in the net, and it ain't coming out, but he's still gonna give it a try. I'm trying to look up my Northwestern page here. Not that I don't believe you, Caleb, I gotta see this for myself because I can't believe it. That dude.
He's got to be done with eligibility, right?
No, he's still on the roster. He really is.
Fuck out of here.
He is still on the roster. Now, if you think, look, Rob, if you think, okay, he was a true freshman in 2019.
Okay, yeah, that's
so,
right.
Yeah, so he's same class. He's the same age as Spencer Rattler, and he's got the extra season because of COVID. So,
okay, we forget that.
Yeah, but no, I don't think he's coming back to Columbia anyway. I mean, there's not a need there.
No,
we don't need it. We don't need an interception machine. Sorry.
Look, Helinski was good at one point. The guy threw for 300 yards against Alabama. Not a lot of players do that.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He also went out the next week against Mizzou and tried to throw a touchdown to himself.
He took all that mojo and went and gave it to the Bama folks.
He was pretty inconsistent. He was hurt a lot, and I don't know. He's had a rough time of it at South Carolina.
You think he got a raw deal with that shithead coordinator that's now the coordinator at Georgia? You think he got a raw deal?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that he was probably any better or worse than Colin Hill. So, I mean, I think that probably should. It would probably, in the interest of the program and just really doing the right thing, it probably would have made just sense to just let Helinski play the season instead of him because, I mean, he clearly wasn't any better. Brock Lee was a good comment. He could go to Florida. Hey, quarterback.
B-Beam wants to know what's the white stuff in Rob and Jackpot's beard. It's called fucking gray hair from dealing with you fuckos. That's what it is. Mine's getting a little. Do I have white hair in my beard? I'm asking the wife. Yeah. Oh shit.
You do. Why you look in the mirror every day? Why do you have to ask her for positive affirmation?
Because my wife's opinion matters to me, sir.
Well, it's not opinion; it's just fact. Whether whether or not you got gray in your beard when you look in the doggone mirror, sir.
I don't. I choose not to acknowledge that because fuck off, Jackpot. I hate it when you're right.
Brock Lee said we should have played Doty in 2020. Yeah, I think I tried to a little bit. He started off as a receiver, didn't he?
Sure. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Billy says he wants to talk about his Tennessee Volunteers.
Okay.
Other Billy says he thought it was spilt milk, like both of us just spilled milk into our beards. Link is in the chat there. Have at it.
Caleb Elkins said, "Do you think Beamer will look at one of the running backs?" I'm sure he will.
What a mess.
I think South Carolina's going to be all right with Dak Joyner back there, but they do need some. They need some depth, quality depth.
Mike Bridges said, DJ played baseball. He's talking about Uiagalelei. I see he did get drafted, and I mean, we give him a lot of shit, but the guy was highly touted as a football and baseball player. And I don't wish anything bad on the young man.
Hold on. Where did he play? Did he play baseball in high school?
Yes, sir, he did.
So he never played at Clemson, right?
No, I think they had video of him out there hitting home runs in a practice or something. But
why didn't they? Well, hell, James Winston played baseball. Why didn't he play on the team?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Think maybe Daba. Do you think we could see him next spring suiting up for the Beeve on the diamond?
I don't know. I know that, and I don't know if you saw this or not today, but Will Taylor.
What's the deal? Is he going to go?
I mean, he has the option. He got drafted by the Dodgers. I mean, someone had to put out there, hey, maybe he wants to play baseball. Maybe, I mean, somebody had to have a conversation with somebody, right?
Listen, real quick to Zach Smith on his podcast. I think it was yesterday. him and his co-host, or maybe it was today, I don't know. They were talking about the top 5 transfer portal quarterbacks or transfer portal quarterbacks for this coming year, and they were ranking them on in terms of how they thought they would do. And they used Cade McNamara, who's at Iowa now, came from Michigan, the Ukulele, Devin Leary. Good God! Throw me some more names out there, and I can't remember. Sam Hartman was one, and there was one more. Anyway, transfer quarterbacks. But anyway, I say all that to say both of them had ranked Sam Hartman as the number 1. I mean, which obviously, yeah, I think that's right. They put DJ at I think he's like number 2. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to go out there with a chip on his shoulder and light it up at Oregon State. What we heard from the Oregon State beat writer over on Cover 3 podcast is that he's struggling to hit receivers, and he's not very good. And my thing, what are they talking about? What is Zach and his co-host talking about? What are they talking about? His chip on his shoulder. What? He wasn't any good.
He left on his own. I don't know what the fuck his problem is, but you should have a chip on his
shoulder.
All right, Tater Nader joins the program. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually a Georgia fan, but this is the Clemson name, Tater Nader.
Okay.
Well,
what do you have for the program, sir?
This is about Carolina Jackpot. Well, I love your YouTube channel, by the way. I like you more, Uncle. I like you more, Uncle Luke. To be honest with you.
It's not a competition, sir.
It's a compliment.
Oh, thank you. I guess.
So one of my friends is a South Carolina fan. I know Jackpot. You're a reasonable South Carolina fan, but what are these people saying? 9-3, 10-2. I mean, that makes no sense to me.
I mean, if everything they did went right, I might could see them going 9-3. 10-2 is a stretch. South Carolina, they're going to lose a game somewhere to somebody they shouldn't be losing.
Let me ask you this: why is it that you think that 9-3 is like just this crazy stretch here? Because Shane Beamer has been at the beginning of the season. He has beat the over-under every season that he's been at South Carolina. 4.5 the first year. What was it? 6.5 last year. He's beat the over-under every season that he's been there. He got 2 wins last year that if you told Gamecock fans at the beginning of the season he was going to get, they would have laughed like hell at you and said that would be the greatest shit ever. I don't see why it's like this whole mentality of, hey, they couldn't go 9-3, because they very goddamn well could. They could also go 4-8. I mean, I'm just saying, if things go to shit, that could happen too. Remember, Texas A&M has a world-class roster and went 5-7 last year and lost a shit ton of one possession games. So it could float either way. But this whole thing of they can't go 9-3. I mean, I'm not saying they will, but I'm not saying that that's like a pipe dream that no one could ever possibly see happening either.
Well, using that stuff, I mean, I'm not trying to y'all stir some stuff up because I know you're a Clemson South Carolina fan, but I think DJ, whatever his name is, he's terrible, and I know K Klubnik, he's gonna light their ass up this year. I mean, he can't be that bad. He can't be that bad. I know he's not. He's gonna light their ass up this year in Columbia. I know he is.
Well,
I have hard time believing that.
He's going to do it. I mean, Clemson's got
there's a chance that
South Carolina secondary not going to shut him down, but South Carolina secondary will hold their own against him. You're forgetting our defensive coordinator is he is a back four guy. He's a we'll be fine back there.
Look what Georgia was Stetson Bennett. They needed a mobile quarterback, great running back, and Clemson. The receiver group is not the greatest, but Antonio, they have a couple playmakers. They can get it done. I mean, seriously, they can beat South Carolina. South Carolina's nothing.
Well, they sure can. South Carolina can beat them too. That's been proven. So it is what it is. I'm not scared of them in the damn slightest. Them or their damn just because they went.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think
Jack,
for
to be fair,
offensive
you weren't
coordinator who
scared
hasn't
of the team
proven
that beat
jack
you
shit.
56-7. You weren't scared of the team that beat you 56-7 either.
Who hasn't proven jack shit. Got a bunch of lucky Cinderella wins. Couldn't even win their own conference. Went to the national championship and absolutely embarrassed themselves. Just ridiculous.
Brock Lee with the comment, will he light South Carolina up like a Christmas tree with a crooked star on top? That's a throwback. Way to go, Brock.
Maybe so.
That's funny. What else you got for the show, sir?
This last thing, I mean, what's his name? What's the dude's name? The guy's playing running back this year. He's been in Carolina for 5 years. No, for Carolina. Dak Joyner.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that dude could have played quarterback somewhere. I mean, I know he's not obviously a quarterback now, but I thought he could have at least done something. You know, I'm kind of I don't get why he stayed in South Carolina that long. I think he could have made something. You know, get way more playing time at least.
He's a really good athlete. I think he was just quite not good enough to really be in the quarterback rotation or be in the line for the starter. I think he was probably just not quite good enough to be a number one receiver. I don't know. Maybe he should have left our dump. I mean, that would have probably been better off for him. He would have probably become an All-American somewhere else. But
how about he just wanted to be a Gamecock? How about that? Because that's what he's on the record as saying. He wanted to be a Gamecock. He wanted to be somebody that could be the quarterback for the Gamecocks. Will Muschamp lied to him and said, hey, you're going to be the guy that can come in and do this stuff. And it ended up working out for him. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And I think that he just said, you know what? I want to be I'm one of those guys that I want to play on Bluff Road. And I want that Gamecock logo and people to think of me as Mr. Gamecock. He could have went to Coastal Carolina and started and been a fucking rock star there. Same thing with, pick insert school.
You think he would have started over old
well, I mean, I use Coastal as an example. He could have went to Furman. He could have went to SC State. He could have went to the Citadel, Charleston. So, I mean, pick any school that you want in the state. He could have went there and played. He probably could have went to a team like Mizzou and played, but he said that he wanted to be a and people give him shit for that. But hell, that's what the kid wants. If the coaches tell you
a team like Mizzou, you say it with such disrespect.
Yeah,
that's South Carolina's daddy, though. Come on, that's the real Columbia.
Yeah, but the reality is Mizzou hasn't had a good man. Had not a good quarterback in it.
They haven't beaten since 2018. They're a daddy.
Well, that the Mizzou thing is off jackpot to no end.
Come on, Rob. You know that. Listen, they're the daddy.
Well, I mean, I think that jackpot doesn't understand why in the fuck can we not beat Mizzou.
You're gonna watch.
They've been a 500 team.
I don't know if it'd be this year. It might be this year. We're gonna go out there and beat them about 56-0 one damn time and shut everybody the fuck up about it.
So will you give me 50?
They need. That's what they need to do. That's what they should do.
You give me 56
on the Vanderbilt. That's what I'm saying. South Carolina's going to struggle with these teams. I mean, it's going to Florida. They might lose to Florida again. But I mean, was it 43-6?
We're going to struggle with them based on what? They don't have a quarterback that can hit this broadside of the barn.
Well, Anthony Richardson couldn't do it, and he beat him.
Well, that was a fluke.
What? That was a 43-6 fluke.
43 to what?
Was it a 43-6 or 43-13?
No, see, you don't know what the score of the game was.
I mean, does it matter?
Yeah, it matters in context. If you're going to come up with an argument,
well, I mean, your only touchdown was a fake punt. So I mean,
still points, ain't it?
Your quarterback's better than Spencer Rattler. Your punter is.
He might be.
But one more thing, you need to play Doty. That one guy who said you need to play Doty, he's right because he's the only quarterback who scored on Georgia in the past 2 years, besides the grad assistant that played 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Doty's answer. Doty's answer. Doty's
Doty's-
answer, Rob.
No, he's not.
Doty's
I mean,
answer. Doty's answer. He's the touchdown machine.
Look, I am no fan of South Carolina, but I can say this, just being from the outside perspective, Spencer Rattler is going to be a top 3 quarterback in the SEC. Here's what's going to happen though when they have SEC media days in a couple of weeks. You're going to have a bunch of dumb simpletons, idiots, morons that are going to say, you know what? There's a G on his helmet, so he has to be the preseason quarterback of the year. And they all should be drug out into the street and set on fire because they don't know shit about what they're talking about.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
At Mississippi State. I'm just saying, if you're giving me a quarterback and it's based on the performance that they've had so far, it should be Spencer Rattler. It should be Will Rogers at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Hell, we can go with
24/7 has Will Rogers number 7.
Yeah. I mean,
they have Jackson Dart at number 8, but they got Devin Leary at number 3.
Yeah. Devin Leary's coming back from a torn pec. But yeah, he's the 3rd best quarterback in the conference. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid out there. It's ridiculous.
Well, Rob, see, Georgia we have 3 chances to mess up at least, you know. Like, back then we had Jake Fromm, you know, our backup quarterback with Stetson Bennett before he was good. But now we have, you know, 3 5-star quarterbacks to back Carson Beck up. So, I mean.
Look, I'm not doubting the fact that they have the potential to be great quarterbacks. But coming in, you're going to sit here and say that a guy that has 378 yards total passing in his entire career is going to be the best quarterback in the conference and hasn't played the conference yet. Spencer Rattler's gone through the SEC schedule.
What about
same
Stetson
thing
Bennett?
Well, Stetson Bennett where was he at last year? I don't remember where he finished up. But hey, Stetson Bennett ended up going to New York for the Heisman race. So he got his flowers. The point is that you're going to have the dum-dums that are down in Birmingham. They're like, oh, that Georgia quarterback's going to be great. There'll be people that'll vote for whoever, like one of the 3 quarterbacks at Alabama. That's how dumb these people are when they put their shit together.
Well, what about Cade Klubnik? What about Cade Klubnik? They're going to say the same thing about him.
Look, when I fill out my ACC bracket like I do or my ACC poll like I do every year, I'm not voting for him as the number 1 quarterback.
Well, I'm not saying that, but I mean, it's like Georgia. All the talent in the world. You know, we're playing against all these garbage SEC East teams. You're playing against all these garbage ACC teams. Cade Klubnik's going to be good. He's going to be good. He's going to be good. Like he is.
But what makes you think that he's going to be good? Because
look at DJ.
Hold on, sir. He carved up a weak ass. First of all, he wasn't good enough to knock off DJ Uiagalelei, who was hitting fucking cheerleaders with footballs.
That's coach's fault.
Last year. That's fine, but the reality is the coaches did not see enough in him to pull him off the bench and say, you know what, DJ, thank you for what you did. You're this year's Kelly Bryant. All right, and we're going to go with this Klubnik kid. So when he finally does get his chance to play, when Uiagalelei is shit to bit, he goes out there and carves up a North Carolina defense that was one of the worst in the country last year, and everybody's on fire about this Klubnik kid. He didn't play well against Notre Dame when he got in there. Georgia Tech, they almost fucking killed him when he sprinted out to the right, which is the way that he goes every time out of the pocket when he gets scared to death. I don't know why people are thinking that Klubnik
that's nothing. Georgia Tech rocks a lot of people's world. So.
Well, Rob, using that logic, what about Trevor Lawrence? You know, first, you know, how many 2-3 games backing up Kelly Bryant? He struggles in that Syracuse game. He struggles. I think he has a concussion, right?
He got hurt.
Yeah,
he got hurt, but he won he won a national title as a freshman.
Exactly.
What do you want?
So I'm just saying, you're not saying Cade Klubnik can at least have
struggle when he first got in there. He threw a touchdown pass. The first pass, Rob, didn't he throw a touchdown pass like 65 yards? The first pass he attempted at Texas A&M,
something like that. I mean, he threw a hell of a shot. But look, are you trying to compare Klubnik to Trevor Lawrence?
No, I'm not even a Clemson
He's
fan.
just saying people their first game out for struggling early as an early freshman.
They're not even in the same spectrum.
I'm not a Clemson fan, but I mean, to say that, I mean, What do you think? I mean, what do you think he's gonna? I think he's gonna be good. I mean, I think he'll be a solid quarterback, at least solid.
I think he's going to be solid this year, and I think that the little Riley brother will do some stuff to get him shored up a little bit. He's going to be great. I don't think so, but I think he's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot better than what they had last year.
I just hope they play to his strengths.
That's really not saying much at all. That's like saying, hey, we had a Pinto, and now we've upgraded to the newer year Pinto. I mean, seriously, Uiagalelei was terrible last year. Terrible. So Tilly says he's saying his own QB stinks.
To be fair, Rob, he was a lot better. His numbers were a lot better last year than they were in 2021.
Yeah,
well, he had that one big game against Wake Forest, and everyone was back on the train. And then I was telling my buddy he was hyping him up back. I was like, dude, it's gonna take one game.
That game against Wake Forest is like everybody kind of got in a groove, of just offense.
Because it's Wake Forest. That's why
was dropping dimes against them just the same.
I just think that people are giving Klubnik more than what he's absolutely done, gone out there and done. Okay, there are more people that are higher on Klubnik than they are on Spencer Rattler. If you put down just two average people, they'll be like, man, I'd rather have Klubnik than Rattler. There are people that will say that. And I'm saying that's fucking stupid.
And they'll think they're right because they'll see Clemson, that Clemson probably finished, I think they're going to finish 12-0, 11-1, 10-2 at worst. So that's probably that'd be the reasoning for why he's better.
Anyway, anything else for the program there, Tater Nader?
No, that's it. I appreciate it. Sorry, Jackpot. My bad.
For what?
No, you're good.
For saying South Carolina's not going 9-3.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. All right, let's welcome Tim to the show. Tim, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys,
what's going on?
I just wanted to come on and say I think Kate's got a lot to prove. I don't see, or I didn't see in any of the games he was in that he was a freshman. As a freshman, I think changing coordinator helps. I think that having a year under his belt in the program helps. But he is not Trevor Lawrence, and anyone who thinks that is drinking the Kool-Aid in volume.
He doesn't have the receivers that Trevor Lawrence have to throw the ball to. He also doesn't have, and I like Will Shipley, but Will Shipley is not Travis Etienne. He doesn't have Travis Etienne either. So
I think Sunshine probably had a better O-line too, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, one of the guys is starting guard for the Vegas Raiders right now. So yeah, there's you can make an argument for that. And I don't know if how these guys are gonna shake out on the line, but as far as overall talent, I mean, Lawrence had a lot of great players around him too. Whereas,
agreed.
I do think that the 1-2 punch of Maffa and Shipley, that is a hell of a 1-2 punch at running back there. But there's not a receiver on that Clemson roster that makes me think, you know what, that's a bad motherfucker. That is a Mike Williams. That is an Aries Curry, or insert great Clemson receiver here. That's not a Hunter Renfrow. They don't have anybody that makes you think, okay, this guy's going to be great.
Okay, but doesn't this come back to recruiting and development? Because I think that's where the fall off is. It's not facilities. It's not monetary commitment to the program.
No.
I think there's been a regression that is not. It's not a huge regression, but it is also, we have to admit, it's the ACC. Without Miami and Florida State and Virginia Tech being of any consequence the last 5-7 years or longer, in the case of Virginia Tech, it is a to be politically incorrect, it's a shit show in the ACC.
Yeah, there aren't any ACC teams that you look at and they're like, all right, other than Clemson, it's like the rest of them are. I think it's Clemson and then some steps below, in my opinion. So
well, and that all comes back to when I look at these games and I look at this schedule, I go, okay, so the real opening day is I don't believe Duke can beat Clemson. I think that 1-2 punch, as you said, I think there's just too much of a talent difference with Duke, and maybe it's because I'm old school. I just don't see that Duke can pull that off. But I think that Florida State, I think that's a game that's going to tilt your season one way or the other. You're going to get a lot of attention. I kind of bet it'll be game day comes in just because of the hype.
Right. I got to look at the rest of the games that week, but and see, here's the thing. If Clemson goes out and rolls Florida State 31-17, something to that effect, it'll be the same people that'll be out there. Well, Florida State wasn't worth a shit, and that it's not a good win for Clemson, blah, blah, blah. I think it's the same thing you'll hear from a lot of SEC simpletons across the board. I think the game that matters, though, when you look at talent as far as total talent on the roster, it's that Notre Dame game. I think the Notre Dame game is the flip game for Clemson. I think that's the only game they'll be challenged in all season. I think they've won the rest of them by double digits.
It appears the jackpot does not agree.
I just, my ears are just bleeding listening.
Look, your ears can bleed all that you want, but the reality is that Clemson has a lot of talent there. They really do. I think the defense.
The reality is, you're talking about they have a lot of talent there, but then you just turned around the last breath you took and told us how the receiving core doesn't scare anyone, and you couldn't hit their names out of a 5-gallon drum.
But you have great running backs. Both look, our third-string running back.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't know about
third-string running back that's out there.
Don't get him out there and try to take a kickoff back. Okay.
Start for your team today, and sit everybody else down. So don't talk.
Well, they don't have a running back. Okay, so yeah, they probably one of them could. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it.
The 1-2 punch will be enough, because I think that the Clemson schedule is shit other than the Notre Dame game. So there you go with that.
I have to agree. I think that I'll give South Carolina credit for pulling it out last year, and I think that Clemson has gotten spoiled to a point where they take them too lightly. And that is a bigger game for South Carolina.
It's their Super Bowl. I've called it that forever. Clemson should stop scheduling them. I mean, I say we should stop scheduling Georgia since they've been since they beat us last year. We got our wish next year. Yeah, we should not have you as a non-conference opponent. You don't bring anything to the schedule. Really don't.
Yeah, I know. It's a lose-lose scenario for you because we
win
because if you win, it doesn't give you anything, and if you lose like you did last year,
right,
it doesn't help you out either.
Last year, and you get knocked out of the college football playoff. It doesn't bring anything to the schedule. It doesn't bring anything to the schedule. Hey, Tim, I appreciate it, buddy. We're gonna get somebody else on. All right?
Yep,
thanks, buddy.
All right. Have a good night, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Twisted Rooster's up next. What's up,
my friend?
You're up after that.
Here we
What's
go.
up, Jackpot and Rob? Hey, I found something today I wanted to show you guys.
Brother, nobody wants to see that. Oh, I thought he was trying to show us something else. Never mind.
What is that?
It's Steve Austin's Broken Skull Lager, Jackpot.
Now, for Twisted Rooster, where are you at this evening?
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa. I was going to Tampa with you, girl.
Yeah, at least Tom Brady's out of here, so it was safe to come back.
Yeah.
Hey, the Tater Mater guy that was on here earlier, it's convenient how they want to bring up teams that South Carolina we didn't break our streak against last year, but you notice they didn't bring up we beat Texas A&M, we beat Kentucky, we knocked out Tennessee, we took Clemson out after 40 plus home wins.
Yeah.
Well, Tater Mater just wanted to bring up Missouri. Didn't Missouri, wasn't he a Georgia man though? Was Tater Mater a Georgia man?
I don't know.
I think he was.
Probably was.
Okay, does he not remember that Georgia had to come back and beat Missouri last year?
Yeah, but they did though. I mean, it's kind of a flat argument, sir. You struggled with X team here, but did we win? Yes.
Yeah, but he's sitting on here like he's coming across like trash in Missouri as they're some shitty team, but yet Missouri all took Georgia to the wire.
Well, I mean, okay.
You get the side of the argument I'm coming with there. He's on controlling Missouri, but Missouri almost beat Georgia. So
I like Mizzou as a, and I don't know, they're sort of like
he just kind of had to pick a talking point, but he didn't realize he was stepping on a rake.
Yeah, and look, there's not a football team out there this year that I've seen that doesn't have a question mark, right? Like Rob brought up, Carson Beck is a question mark for Georgia. 300 and something yards, never started a game in the SEC. It's a question mark for Georgia. We don't know how that kid handles pressure. What if it's him in that Missouri game and he's trying to come back? You don't know. So
that's something that I think that Georgia fans don't really want to talk about is like you had Stetson Bennett, who may have been 5'7" tall, but his nuts drug to the ground. The guy wasn't scared of shit. And he would go out there and he like he was 6'8". You know what I mean? I think that's something that they may miss, and they may have taken that for granted a little bit, but we'll see. That's the best part about the season.
Yeah, without Stetson Bennett, they don't beat Ohio State in the playoffs.
You don't want to hear that.
No, you don't, but everyone can come in here and you can pick your side of the story. You can pick and choose where weaknesses are in every football team. And we both know Clemson and South Carolina both have our weaknesses.
Yep.
You know, I'm no sunshine pumper for South Carolina. I know we got questions at running back. I know we got questions at offensive line. I know we even got some questions at defensive end.
Questions at linebacker too.
I think we're good. Interior
can't forget linebackers, sir. We could have 2 All-Americans back there, and they wouldn't be SEC caliber.
Tell me about all of your linebackers, Jackpot. I'll wait. Tell me how great your linebackers are. I'd love to hear this.
They're pretty stout.
Jesus Christ.
I think we're better. Now, it still has to be proven. But as far as speed and overall size of linebackers,
when you get a community chest, it's like win second prize in a beauty contest.
Yeah, but it's no different than questioning our linebackers than questioning quarterbacks. If you're going to question our linebacker core, you got to question Cade Klubnik as a quarterback at Clemson.
I have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can pick and choose different things we want to question, but the guys that look at programs every day, like you, Rob, you look at Clemson every day. You probably know more about Clemson and where some hidden strengths are than the casuals are going to say, right?
Yeah,
Jeff
probably.
Watched a lot more South Carolina stuff, so we know where the guys that the program's high on, and where the program is even still questioning things. And that's what I'm saying. You can look at every football team, and they all have questions.
Hey, I gotta put this out there, a little PSA for the program here. Don't do drugs, which is what I'm gonna tell Jay Shipes. I'm glad Stetson Bennett is gone. He led you to 2 battles. But he's shit. I'm glad the 2-time national.
That's serious, and he's not trolling. He's not trolling. They're so happy that they won 2 national championships, but they are so upset that he's the quarterback that led them to them.
They just get so mad.
That's the way they think.
It's ridiculous. Hey, the quarterback that led us to 2.
What did you want? I mean,
Don't do drugs. That's the thing for the program.
Hey, don't say Jay Shipes doing drugs. He's one of my softball teammates next weekend.
That's right. You guys are playing softball next weekend, and Jay's probably going to do acid before he goes on the field with you. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I could go into enemy territory. I might need Jackpot. If I call you, I might need some help.
All right, we'll do.
Because I'm staying in Athens and I'm gonna wear my Gamecock stuff, so I might need some backup.
Oh yeah, they're having some kind of softball game. Yeah, yeah, I wasn't invited to that. So,
all right. Well, hey, Twisted Rooster, thanks for joining the program, man. Let's get Billy in here before we get out of here. Thank you, buddy.
All right, Rob, Jackpot, love you guys, man. Great, buddy.
See you later. All right, let's welcome Billy to the program. Billy.
Did you miss me?
No.
Woo! I've
No,
been
you were
watching.
gone.
I've been watching those videos of when I called Tennessee beating Alabama, and you said you were gonna change the program name to Robert Kell have a big dick show. You never did. And guess what? We're winning the national championship this year, and I'll get wait to play them Gamecocks. Woo! Hey, you said we didn't want to play Clemson in the bowl game. Guess what happened? We whooped that ass, like I said, all year round, baby. Let's go, Vols. Joe Milton's gonna light everybody up this year, just like I called it last year.
I'm going to
Woo-hoo!
give you the same advice that I gave Jay earlier. Please don't do drugs. Have a
Hey,
wonderful.
Hey, after we beat the Gamecocks, jackpot. Do not say you're not a Gamecock fan anymore like you did last year, because we only want real fans on this show.
I didn't say that I wasn't a Gamecock fan after we lost to Tennessee last year.
No, you said it after you lost to Florida, and then you beat Tennessee and claimed you were a Gamecock fan.
No, well, I mean, I have that
Right or
right.
wrong?
I said I'm not going to support. I didn't say I wasn't a fan. I said I'm not going to support them until changes are made. That's exactly what I said.
Hey, all I'm saying is we smoking on that Marcus Lattimore pack, baby. Let's go. Joe Milton's leading us to the promised land, like I called it last year. Cade Klubnik's ass. Hey, wait, let me ask you this, Rob. Let me ask you this real quick.
Oh, hold on. No, that's got to go. Is he's really talking about smoking on Marcus Lattimore?
Fuck that guy.
We're not gonna have that anymore. Go fuck a goat, buddy. We're not gonna have that. Jesus, you're not gonna talk about a player that you critically injured on the field where his leg was snapped into like 18 pieces. You're gonna mock that? You go fuck a goat.
They
Seriously.
mocked that. They laughed about Nick. Did you ever see when Nick Chubb got his knee dislocated there? Did you ever see the still picture of what his leg looked like when he was going out of bounds?
Yeah.
Legs like one way, body's like hunched over it. They were laughing about that. Not all of them. I'm saying there was some idiots like that found humor in it somewhere.
All right, let's bring in Rob has an SEC bias, and then Peg and Megan's joins us after that.
Well, talk about a classless guy. First of all, Billy, just a trash person. You could tell. You could hear the trailer park in his voice, though.
I thought he was trolling. I mean, I thought he was like trying to play a character. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy is I was at that game, and he was tearing their ass up the entire first half before.
Well, yeah, he was, because they were absolute horse piss.
Exactly. I think he broke he had like a 50-yard touchdown that game, I want to say. But yeah, clearly that guy has no class. So, I mean, that's your average Tennessee fan, though, I guess.
I mean, you can't throw all the Tennessee fans into that mix, but I've met some shitty ones. Let's just leave it at that. There are shitty ones have interacted with us here. Not all of them.
Yeah.
There are some shitty ones. So
yeah, there's some good ones. I like. I think Voltard's a good one, even though he gives you hell, Rob. Voltard's a good one.
Oh, TriStar.
Yeah, TriStar. That's what
he hasn't been around lately. I think he got tired of Rob hanging up on him. I liked having him call in. It was fun because it was always trying to guess what he was hauling. And I thought about making that some kind of little contest where we'd like give away. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to find the prize for it every time to get someone in the comment section to correctly guess what he was hauling.
He was always hauling something weird, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. It was ice cream one day.
Yeah, it was ice cream. Rob, you called him out as a liar, and he fucking showed your ass.
Yeah, I thought he was joking. I thought it was like, all right, whatever.
But yeah, I'll let Peg and Megan hop into the call. I love the show, though. Y'all take it easy.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. All right, let's welcome in a gentleman who will not make comments about Marcus Lattimore's knee getting turned inside out, but will probably make a reference to the fact that I'm a chunky bat. Megan, what's up?
Billy is what happens when your family tree does not fork.
Does it go straight up and down?
Yeah.
When your cousin is your uncle and your brother.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
He's so quick to point out the few predictions he did get right. Notice he didn't mention anything about his Georgia prediction or his South Carolina prediction.
Yeah,
there.
because he said, if I remember correctly, that they were going to beat Georgia by 2 scores.
Yeah.
He missed that one hard.
Yeah. And then, of course, the previous season he was wrong, 80% of the time. So it's a real treat when that guy calls. Real treat.
Real treat.
I tuned in just in time to hear both of you two still harping on the whole Stetson Bennett thing. Do you honestly think I care who was quarterback in Georgia the last 2 years, the way that the season's turned out?
Not you, but some. There are some people that just
come out and say you're glad that he's gone. Are you glad that he's left the program?
Absolutely not.
That's all I was saying. He led you to 2 national titles. If he had another year of eligibility, you'd put his ass back out there to play again if you had the chance to win another national title, because you know he can already do it.
Yeah, I don't see where the genius in that argument is, but I wouldn't. I mean, if Bin Laden was quarterback the last 2 years, I'd be rooting for him.
You're going to root for whoever wears the Georgia A anyway.
Yeah. Well,
you are on the program as saying that you never doubted Stetson Bennett, even though you did doubt Stetson Bennett, but you corrected yourself. So I mean, hey, good for that. Good for you.
Not for a second, Rob. Not for a second.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Rob.
God, what?
43-18, sir.
You have a wonderful evening, sir. Appreciate it. Oh man, it's so funny when Georgia fans talk about, oh, I'm glad that Stetson Bennett's gone. What the hell did that kid do to them? You done worked him enough where he left the program and now he's a drunk. He got arrested. I'm serious.
He's settling into civilian life.
Yeah, well, he's on the Rams roster. He's out there learning from Matt Stafford. I wonder if he goes to Matt Stafford and's like, hey, Matt Stafford, you're a much better quarterback there or projected than I was at Georgia, but I got these rings, motherfucker. Wonder how that works out. Oh, hold on. Did you want to come back on? No. Okay. Anyway. But no, I mean, I wonder if
Jay says Stetson was the only starter at UGA that wasn't elite.
Well, you had
so what was his name?
Matt Stafford. That's one of them. I mean,
Aaron Murray.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't.
What was the clown? God, Monty. What was the guy's name? The Gamecocks intercepted twice, and
Justin Fields, Jake Fromm.
Yes, Jake Fromm. Was he elite? I mean, Justin Fields didn't even have a chance to even be elite. I mean, haven't generally had great quarterback play every year.
I don't know why they have hatred for him. What's that to do? Like he's still trying to fuck him over or something. I don't get it. My wife got upset earlier.
You thought that he made the entire fan base run through his own personal car wash or something.
Are we gonna have more references to car washes and Northwestern for you all season?
That's gonna be all season long. We need to pipe that music in at the car wash. Dun, 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 at the car wash.
I'll get us in trouble. Twisted Rooster says Jackpot and I should do a joint Mizzou watch along so we can both rage quit at halftime. No, the best games to watch for if you're going to watch the Jackpot live stream, Vanderbilt. I think was it Vanderbilt last year or the year, whatever year it was, where Vanderbilt was close. And it's like, oh, fuck, Vanderbilt might win this game. Then South Carolina comes back and wins that game.
We snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
Right, but you saw
that was horrible.
Jackpot lose his gizzards and then come back in a matter. I mean, you saw every emotion that you could possibly want all in one stream.
Pretty sure I started crying.
Yeah, you were upset.
Well, I mean, dude, it's Vanderbilt. And this is not like losing to James Franklin's Vanderbilt. This was losing to Clark Lee's first year Vanderbilt. It was horrid. I mean, thank God for the old grocery store quarterback. what was his name? Colonel Zebula.
Yeah. Well, oh God, that's funny.
Colonel Zebula led him down the field. What a 90-yard
We
touchdown
missed
drive.
Spun his comment. Then I apologize for spinning your comment, Jay. Sorry about that. All right. Well, we'll be back at it on Sunday. Big Barney Ross with the super chat. Do you think Urban Meyer would be a great candidate for Northwestern? Why not? Urban Meyer just rubs his dick against waitresses at restaurants.
No, he doesn't do that. He sticks his fingers up their bunghole. That's what
he was rubbing his wiener on her too. You seen the dancing, right? That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he's a perv, man.
Like 60 and she's like 20, and he's out there like rubbing his wiener on her in front of everybody. Someone should have told him, you're getting paid like $12 million a year to coach an NFL team. This is not a good look, sir. People know who you are.
That was just a dumpster fire of a season for the old Jags.
Yeah.
And who's their coach now?
It's the guy that was the coach for the Eagles. I can't remember his name. So,
yeah, I mean, it's like you go from Urban Meyer. I mean, then we just go to somebody that you never even heard of. Like you can't even. He's not.
The Eagles coach won a Super Bowl, so I mean, he's actually done some stuff, but it's like I can't remember his name. I mean, I can't remember him. So you got a better chance of getting. I mean, but Doug Peterson. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Vic.
No kin of Norm Peterson. From Cheers.
Anyway, but thanks to Big Barney Ross for the super chat. You think Urban Meyer would be a great candidate for Northwestern? That's a solid. I don't know.
They have a list out of potential candidates. I saw like everybody seems to be real high on the Wake Forest coach going to Northwestern. I don't think he would leave there. First of all, I mean, is that great of a job? No, I mean,
to go to Northwestern over Wake Forest. Do you think it's
they maybe could pay you? I don't know. They could pay you a little bit more, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, would you really want to go there and clean up that mess?
No.
No.
I don't want to do that.
So, Richard Neal said Coach O was interested in it.
Sure. Yeah. Imagine Coach O up there. We got to get rid of that.
Sorry, that just cracks me up.
We got to get ready for Michigan and what? And go Wildcats. Go Wildcats.
I told him there ain't gonna be no more shower car washing now.
The shower car washing is over. Go Wildcats. That's all he would say. He's great. Roll Tide says Northwestern has that medical school tuition money.
Oh, yeah.
Twisted Rooster says Garrett Riley. Why not? I mean, if he goes out and fixes the Clemson offense this season, he's not going to be there long. So, it's like Clemson fans thinking he's going to be there 2 years, you're okay. All I can
Lee says Muschamp. That's a good one.
Muschamp might do that. I mean, he's at a point in his career where I don't think any SEC team is going to be like, that's the guy we want.
Hey, give him another chance. Give Guy another chance.
He's another chance?
Yeah, I think that somebody should give him another chance. They build something special.
Go to Mizzou.
Yeah.
Why not? They hired Dorkowitz. Yeah. Fired Dorkowitz anyway. That could work.
Yeah, no. You want to hear the Mazodcast people implode. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. They put a podcast out probably maybe about a week ago. Hadn't had one out in a while, and it was really depressing to listen to be honest with you. They're really down on Coach Drink, it would seem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Hey, I wanted to share something with you before.
Well, they're really upset. They're like, if anybody if Brady Cook is the starter, if he trots him out there, in game one against where were they playing? South Dakota or whatever. So I'm done. I'm like, well, you best be ready to get done because I'm telling you that's who's going to go out there and be your quarterback. Guy really wasn't that horrible.
Yeah.
He did okay against the Gamecocks.
Hey, Jackpot, I wanted to share this because I was looking through some stuff the other day and found it. Do you remember this? This is my favorite Tennessee photo ever. It's these two Tennessee dudes sharing a Bud Light at Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, that may be Billy. I don't know. Like it may be, that guy's too young to be Billy, but wearing that awful Tennessee jacket and they're sharing a beer.
That was hideous.
Is that not the most hillbilly Tennessee thing that you've ever seen in your life? Look at
That's
that.
hideous. What is that? He's got T's all over that jacket. What are those dark things? That looks like Georgia G's. Those footballs?
Hold on, I'll zoom in on it. Let's see what I can come up with there. Hold on, let's see here.
That's ridiculous.
Hold on, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit there. No, I think it's the Tennessee dog. It's that damn dog.
Oh, it is. It's oh my God.
Yeah, that's not Billy Cole there.
You gotta give him a C for creativity, though.
Yeah, that may be some of Billy Cole's people, though. Just saying.
He stole J.R. Ewing's hat.
Billy probably funded for that beer. You guys get one beer, you better share it, and don't get
the dude down on the bottom right there looks like Silent Bob from Clerks.
And this girl right here is just a visitor. She's like, well, how the hell did I get here? Notice she has her own beer.
Yes, she does. She's got a pink. Looks like she's got a pink koozie wrapped around it.
That's cool. Billy,
I don't need a koozie for a beer at a ball game, and I drink it too quick.
Yeah, well, that's for people who don't commit. People telling me, Billy says, I knew that Rob couldn't.
You've noticed I don't put my beer in koozies because it doesn't stay. It doesn't stay a beer long enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I just found that picture.
It goes from full 12 ounces to empty tin can in like, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Thomas says $1,200 coat. If you paid $1,200 for that jacket, I got nothing for you.
Is it Louis?
$1,200 for that jacket? I mean, are you serious? That's fucking crazy. I'm not buying that at all. All right, well, I just thought I'd share that because it made me laugh when I was looking through my stuff today. That's the most Tennessee picture of Tennessee pictures. Even the Tennessee fans are like, yeah, that guy's ours, but
yeah, Richard Chumlee. Yeah, you look like him as well.
Billy says, show us the pictures with paws on your cheeks and meeting at the paw. Look, Billy, I can't help that you have no tradition at Tennessee, and when people have tradition, you have to mock it. So, I mean, meeting at the paw is something that's always happened at Clemson. So,
Uncle Lou has predicted Clemson to lose to the Gamecocks for a second straight year. And in his video that he made, he said, guess what, dummy? He said, after you lose this one, you won't get to meet at the paw afterwards.
Yeah, well, Uncle Lou proving what he knows. The game is at the shithole. It's not at
That's
the paw.
why he said that, because they're not going to get to meet at the paw after they lose.
Yeah, well, poor Uncle Lou. You know, it's going to be fun because he's got him losing to Duke, too.
Yeah, bookending the season with loss. I mean, I can see it.
Well, it's going to be really funny when I get to laugh right after Labor Day when Clemson throttles Duke. And it's you.
So you're going to be bragging about a win over Duke?
No, wow. I'm not. I'm going to be laughing.
Good Lord, how low have we really fallen?
No, I'm going to be laughing at you dum-dums that are like, look, you guys hate Clemson so much. And they went out and they just broke your heart.
I'm going to break my heart. I'm pretty sure I'll get up the next day.
I think Jackpot's going to be double whammy pissed after Labor Day because I think North Carolina may beat them. And I think Clemson's going to throttle Duke, and Jackpot's going to go.
North Carolina's not going to beat Clemson.
I'm talking about beat you, you silly goose. North Carolina's going to beat you. Clemson's going to beat Duke, and Jackpot's going to go into the second game of the season at 0-2. No loss for Clemson and a loss for South Carolina. That's like getting double pimp slapped by your pimp when you didn't turn enough tricks. That's what jackpot's gonna be.
It won't matter. I'll continue to say nothing what we done.
Nothing. Oh yeah, sure.
Nothing we didn't. Nothing we done, or nothing they did. Whatever. Nothing Drake May done. It's what our defensive backs didn't do. Weren't prepared.
All right, Jackpot. Well, it's been a good show, man. And you got anything else, or we're done?
I don't know. I really got to pee, so I'll see you guys later.
Jackpot's heading to the sink.